Hello everyone, Gerald here. Today I'm reviewing set number 76956, T-Rex Breakout. This set is part of the Jurassic Park theme, but it's also the first in a new line of movie scene dioramas that include a plaque with a movie quote that LEGO is launching. This set has 1212 pieces and depicts a very famous scene from the first Jurassic Park movie, where a power outage freezes the Ford Explorers doing the tour of the park right in front of the T-Rex enclosure. That power outage also allows the T-Rex to escape and creates a scene with a lot of tension and drama. LEGO managed to create the almost perfect set to represent that scene. I especially like that the build is composed of several parts, all easily detachable, which allows for some liberty in the composition. The base actually feels a bit larger than I was expecting. It has really nice details about the mud and the water. You can see here the footprints of the dinosaur, and here is where the Ford Explorer is smashed. Has really nice vegetation here also, and the grid of the T-Rex enclosure. It's not too much, but it's enough to give a very accurate idea of the scenario. The T-Rex build actually has a lot of joints that allows you a lot of freedom when placing it. So the tail goes sideways on these main segments. On this segment you can go all around, and on this one just up and down. Also the legs and feet, you can even play around opening the legs more wider or more narrow. The foot has joint all around. The fingers also move up and down, and he even has this more lateral finger, also very clearly defined and very close to the reality. It also has the arms and hands, but my favorite part of it all is the head. The head, besides being a wonderful build, it has a lot of detail. The mouth opens up a lot, which is really great, and it was all in all the best bit of the build. The most fun was the T-Rex head. The Ford Explorer is also a great build. It has a huge amount of great details. I especially like that you can really fit in 4 minifigures. You just have to detach the top to put them there, because the car doesn't have doors, which I don't like. But it has a huge amount of great details. I really like how the rear was done, the bumpers, and especially this front grid is really awesome and very detailed. And of course, the windshield wipers. I think I've never seen a car at this scale with windshield wipers. I think it's a really great detail. I like the stickers, although I don't like that they are stickers, but I think that they really complete the image. Actually, you have some printed parts here on the rims. The rims are printed, and I think that they add a really nice detail. The smashed Ford Explorer is obviously a more bulky build, but it's actually interestingly split in 3 parts that are then attached to each other to create the full build. It has only 3 normal wheels and 1 rim without the design, which actually means that if you want to buy additional parts and transform these into a full Ford Explorer, you will be missing besides the windshields and some parts that will be a bit hard to get, you'll miss this printed part. The care that the designers had to keep the set as faithful as possible to the movie is highlighted in the instruction book, where you have a set of callouts in specific steps showing the connection between certain builds and certain objects in the scene. Some of them are the exhibition sign, for instance, or the sign and lights in the T-Rex enclosure, or the pole and chain where the goat was tied to. The water glass, where we see the vibration of the T-Rex approaching, or the night vision goggles that Tim uses, or the lantern that Lex turns on and catches the dinosaur attention, and the flares Dr. Grant and Ian Malcolm use to attract it away from the children. Even the T-Rex footprints in the mud are very faithfully depicted. Even the building experience was really interesting, with a great variety of parts and techniques used. My favorite bit was the T-Rex head. What a huge amount of detail the designers could include in such an interesting build. The set has 4 minifigures: Ian Malcolm, Dr. Grant, Lex and Tim, and I love that these minifigures are so muddy and wet as the characters were on that scene. So starting with Ian Malcolm, he is mostly wet. He has a double printed face. On one side he's scared and on the other fearful, and he is carrying a flare with which he attracts the T-Rex away from the children. This here is Dr. Grant. He has only a face on one side, and it's a very stern face, as the character usually is. It's only on one side because with this awesome hat it would not be possible to be printed on the other side. But the minifigure also comes with a hairpiece for Dr. Grant. He's also carrying a flare and his clothes are mostly wet. Lex is a child, so she comes with child minifigure legs. She has a double printed face, fearful and one a bit happy, but both the face and the torso are completely muddy. I also like the hairpiece with a long braid. The last one is Tim, also with children legs, of course. He has a double printed face with a fearful and a happy face. He comes with the hairpiece, but you can also attach him the helmet with the night seeing goggles. And of course, both his face and torso are also muddy. I also like how one of his hands and arms are so muddy that they are completely dark tan tone. The minifigure of Lex also has that. With a set so close to perfection, there are some things that really annoy me that LEGO couldn't do the extra bit to achieve. One of them, and the major pain for me, was the amount of stickers, especially in an 18+ set. The only printed parts are the 2 parts used for the plaque of the quote, the Jurassic Park symbol and the quote text itself, and the rims in the Jeep. I believe that it was possible to reduce the number of stickers and have a bit more of printed parts, especially in the small ones, the signs in the enclosure, or the license plates in the cars, or the number of the cars. I think that it would be possible to have them as printed parts and not stickers. Another thing that annoys me is that the Ford Explorer doors don't open. So they don't have doors, which I know it would be hard to implement, but it kind of annoys me because it's not faithful. I think from the whole scene is the only thing that it's not really faithful to the movie. And last, although this is a bit of a detail, this is a set with several detachable parts that are built independently. It would be a perfect set to build with someone else. But as LEGO put only one instruction book, didn't split these several detachable parts in several instruction books, or at least 2, it's not possible to build this set with someone else. But besides these annoyances, this set is perfect. For me, it completely justified the hype. It's an amazing build and it looks awesome on display. I honestly believe that LEGO struck gold with this new movie scene dioramas line. This first one from Jurassic Park is amazing, and the 3 ones from the Star Wars original trilogy are also on my wish list. This opens up huge possibilities for LEGO, as they can expand this line to a whole world of movie IPs that they currently do not explore. And if we tie this up to the agreement between LEGO and Disney that goes up to 2032, and seeing the amount of 80s and 90s movies currently in the Disney Plus catalog, as Disney has been acquiring some media groups that own the IPs of these movies, this is a whole world of possibilities. I see it. I hope that LEGO is seeing it too. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, like and subscribe, and turn on the alerts if you want to see more content from me. Till the next one, stay safe and keep building.